Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Road Builder YouTube channel. Today, we got something pretty awesome. Also, 1,000 likes, because I know you could do it. I know it. Like, just 1,000 likes. It'll happen. Anyways, as you can see right here, I'm in a blank studio with only a spawn pad, and that is because today we're going to start another mini-series alongside the dream game and the horror game. This, it may seem bad to you guys. Like, some people are like, hey, why don't you just work on one project, guys? If I uploaded only the horror game or only the dream game every single day, the videos would get a little repetitive, to say the least. Anyways, today we're going to be remaking one of my old Roblox games called Selfie Simulator. Now, the reason I chose this one, there's actually two. The first reason is I remake this game every couple of years. In fact, we have the OG one, then Selfie Simulator 2, and now we're gonna do Selfie Simulator X. Each of them are played a little bit differently. But back in the young times of RoBuilder, before RoBuilder in fact, this was back on the Intel Plays days, I made this game right here. Before I really got into building, in fact, 90% of the builds on this game are free models, except these houses I do remember making. And I remember thinking I was super good at building when I got over to here. This zone and this one, I was like, bro, I'm so good. But obviously, looking back at it now, I mean, I've definitely improved. Anyways, every few years, I remake this game. This one, if it still works, the gameplay was a linear map layout and pretty much a classic clicker, except you could also get cameras and pets. Check it out. You can actually take pictures and you pop up right here in a viewport frame. This was pretty cool. The game never really took off, and I mean, as you can see, where are the tree trunks? What happened to those? Okay, anyways, as you can see, it was just okay. Nothing really to compete with what was on the front page at the time. However, we did have some secrets. Look at this. Can I get in there? It's somewhere. There we go. This was a secret egg, which I definitely plan to add more secrets in this one that we're going to be starting today. Anyways, this was version 1. Linear map layout, pretty much Pet Sim X like progression. You would go through the map, then go to the next world. Now, in Selfie Simulator 2, it was a bit different. We kind of took the inspiration from a game called Ninja Legends, and our progression went from a Pet Sim style progression to a Ninja Legends style progression. And this, you would click on the ground until you could buy upgrades. We can ignore that. Until you could buy upgrades, get your daily chests, you can get pets, and then you would jump to the next islands, which are here, and then they go up quite high. Now, this one definitely did better than the first one, because as you can see, I was starting to get a little bit better at building. Once again, now I'm even better than this, so it'll be fun to remake the game, probably for the last time. So all things considered, how do we want the progression in this game? I personally think mixing the two of them together would be pretty awesome, and I haven't seen it done in another Roblox simulator. Basically, it would be a linear map layout just like Pet Simulator, and you'd go. Once you get to this next zone, you would need to buy jumps to jump up a wall that then has the next zone on it. For today, we're definitely gonna get the block out done, and that'll give us a better idea of how we want the gameplay to go. So I guess to start things out, we need to put in a part, and we need a size for each zone. I personally think like 350, or we'll do 300, 2, and then a 350. So this should give us a pretty nice sized zone, but it'll also be a little rectangular. I don't think it's wise to have a square zone if the gameplay is linear. It seems kind of off to me. Also, I could probably bump this up to 400. Yeah, just to make that a little bit more defined. Now, of course, the spawn is always a green. Let's go Shamrock. I think that's better. And then for the first jump, I think it should just be like a little over an avatar. So let's go ahead to Rig Builder, block avatar. There we go. Now we're gonna line these up just like that. And then I want this jump to be a little bit higher than the avatar. Something like that, so you will have to use a double jump to get it. Now, I'm not gonna go too far with this layout because I'm gonna see if my friend Robo can make a script that will automatically generate the next stage double the height of the previous stage, if that makes sense. So I guess to put that into like a visual element, we'll just move this part to here, and then we will see it is 7 point. Okay, listen, let's just do 8 studs, and then let's move this to be lined up up with that because that just makes so much more sense and a lot easier on the math standpoint later with scripts. All right, my movement wasn't on, so I just turned it on. Now everything will be a lot better. I set it to 0.5 because it makes for very easy snapping, as you can see. Now this next one would be 16 on this middle number right here, 16. Let's move this right there, duplicate, and then of course drag it up. I think this will be a really cool map layout because I haven't seen any other simulators with this layout, and it keeps like both sides of the gameplay. Robo, for the love of everything holy, you have this notification to update all your plugins every 3 minutes. Can we make it like every 30 minutes? It's so annoying. Okay, let me update them. There we go. So this will be the map layout, guys. I'm thinking a spawn world, and then let's move into a desert. I think a desert would be cool. There we go. And then after the desert, we can move into, I think a forest would be cool for the next zone. So we have spawn, desert, and then forest. Up next, we need to build the actual shop because what is a simulator game without a shop? Now, I am going to take some inspiration from, of course, Pet Simulator, but I think I have a kind of cool idea here. So first things first, let's get this to a size that we like. I'm thinking maybe like 20 on this. I mean, 100 on this side, and then 20 on this side, just like this. And then let's turn it gray to make it more into a shop. Now what I want to do is copy this and have maybe, let's say 4 steps. There's one, and then we'll copy both of these and have them like this. I do think this would be a little more grand if we went maybe 4 studs instead of 2.5. So let's try that. I only have to affect the back 3 because they're the only ones that are going to be moving. So instead of this 2 studs here, we're going to switch it to 4, and then we're going to line them up accordingly. So it'll be a little bit more of a gap between each step, but I think it'll give a way more grand feel, especially when you get towards the top. Up next, let's grab all of these, duplicate them, move them to the side, and let's set it to 20 instead of 100. And we could make the color of these sort of a red carpet. All we're shooting for today is a nice block out, so we have a very good game plan when it comes to actually building the map. Without a nice block out, I mean, bruh, it's a little rough, very rough. Now, in Pet Sim, there is 2 eggs. You can get a standard one or a golden one. That is cool, but I think I want to separate it a little bit differently. For now, let's go ahead and bring in a block, and we'll have this like this size, and we'll bring in a cylinder, or I mean a sphere, and we'll have that represent our egg. Of course, we'll actually make eggs and, you know, egg holders and everything a little bit later within the series, but today we're going to focus mainly on placeholders or blockouts. So I'm thinking you'll be able to buy an egg, but also buy a camera each zone. This way, you won't be able to have the best camera within the game until you're at the best zone within the game, and it'll kind of help prevent the pay to win. Like, you can't instantly get the best camera while everyone else is, you know, struggling. I know I want to have 4 eggs. Yes, this is actually like a really nice layout. So we have our first zone, our second zone, third zone, and I guess what will we do for the 4th one? Might as well do a winter zone. Quick tip, every time people do winter zones, they go straight white. I think it's really nice to use maybe fog or a light blue. It keeps a little bit of color, and it just makes things look better in my opinion. So I guess let's add on this zone. This one right here was 16 studs high, which means the next one is going to be 32 studs, if my math is right, which we're going to assume it is. Now let's grab this plate. I believe we made them light blue, and then let's make that meet up with the top. Yes, guys, this is starting to look pretty cool, and doubling it might be too much because these are getting quite high, and we're only 4 zones in. But I do believe this is good for the block out. We have our map layout. We have our first 4 zone ideas, as well as a shop idea correlating with gameplay, aka an egg and a camera per zone. So I think that will wrap up today's video. I'm actually very excited for this because my skills obviously keep improving, and the one I made back in 2019, in comparison to this one, I can't wait to see it. Anyways, that is going to wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.